that we've come from the industrial food system that we're largely still in. And the system is broken, and this system is making us heavy and sick, and it's driving the planet to extinction. The system, bear with me, is about people in boardrooms on the other side of the world making decisions for farmers, what they produce and what we eat. It's about poisons, producing poisons for monocrop production for feed, fuel and fiber. The system is very distinct and disjointed. Production is separated to aggregation, to corporate-controlled processing, to corporate-controlled distribution, to corporate-controlled supermarkets and retail of corporate-made food. Farmers are on one end and consumers are on the other end, and these two are seen as being completely separated from each other. The USAID Feed the Future lead agriculturalist in Zambia told me that farmers need to grow cash crops that they can then sell to earn money to buy food from global retail chains. This is the model of agricultural development in Zambia. So around the world, and why we are here today, is that people have realized that we need to claim back power from this concentrated corporate food value chain. That is a chain from which power is extracted from the people and wealth is accumulated in a few. So the global movement for food sovereignty, at its foundation, it's about people reclaiming power back to their spaces, the places where we grow food and where we share food. In Southern Africa, we have a very small network of people who are growing, and just under the umbrella of the Seed and Knowledge Initiative, where we've all connected to come together to reconnect our food production with our environment, with each other, with the communities, and with the consumption of food. This is about connecting people and connecting planet. It's about seed fairs, it's about collaborative learning, it's about celebrations. It recognizes that the local markets where we sell our food and we buy our food are central in the local economy and the production of diversified food in the reclaiming back of this power. So we've heard from the other partners this morning that there have been a number of different ways in which people have been trying to reclaim power, and through seed exchanges, through district and provincial seed fairs, through co-learning, through different platforms where we've all come together to talk about different practices and the principles of agroecology. And this has really enabled people to reclaim their own power as individuals as well. And we, in our own ways, we are creating a movement for transformation. And any transition involves multiple actors over often generations in multiple different spaces. So as a member of the Seed and Knowledge Initiative and a member of a growing movement around the world, this transformation would need to collaborate and to think of strategic ways which we can grab opportunities to enable more traction for the rapid transformation that we need. And one area that is becoming more and more apparent and the work is really shifting to is that the food sovereignty movement has been seen as quite a a rural production-orientated movement. And there's a lot of work that now is happening that is reconnecting the production together with the consumption and in urban spaces. And there's amazing work that is now coming out of the African Center for Cities, where urban food system thinkers talk about how food security in the urban space, there's 4 main elements that people think of, and it's availability of food, it's accessibility, it's the usability, and it's how stable it is. But they've also added a 5th element, which is about agency. And it's about people's ability, capacity to make their own choices, to define what they want to eat, how they want to cook it. And that element of choice is actually fundamental in this understanding of food security. And so what's happened is that in ways that the Seed and Knowledge Initiative has been, in a sense, evolving, sometimes strategically and sometimes as it's happened, is that the local seed exchanges, this where we've come from really thinking, and it's really been about seed at the local space, has evolved into, for instance, the Zimbabwe Good Food Festival. That has really, it's brought this idea of agroecology into the very center of the city space. And in a sense, the dismantling of corporate power in the food system and reclaiming that power, we need to, this idea that agroecology needs to become the foundation of the whole food system. And so these boundaries need to be dismantled so that agroecology is at the center of this and that the system can become whole again, so that farmers are not separated from consumers, that in fact we are all producers and we are all consumers. And people's own agency and their capacity to make choice, I believe, is at the foundation of this. And one of the amazing ways that we've seen work unfolding in Southern Africa is that it has enabled people's own agency, and that has enabled their capacity to act. And it's like a rising tide of energy for change, to reconnect production and consumption for a better world and a better planet and a better community and a better global food system. So, thank you.